Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode. We're going to be hitting a nice push day workout today, which I actually haven't done in any of the episodes yet. So it's going to be the first real push day. And then today's topic is going to be how I quit my $50,000 banking job after realizing this. So obviously I'm not going to spoil it right here. As we get into the workout, I'll go deeper into what exactly happened and how I got here. I've done my warm-up sets and mobility stretches already, as always. Got the 2 plates incline set up, so we'll hit like at least 3 sets here once again. There were so many times coming up in my late teens to early 20s and high school to university where I was trying different side hustles to make side cash, flip stuff, flip cards, go online, sell something, do affiliate marketing, do stock trading, do social media marketing, content creating, online training, all that stuff. And some of them gave me some successes. It worked for a few months, gave me 50 bucks here, 200 bucks there, 500 bucks there. And it worked. But then I went to the next thing and I went to the next thing and I went to the next thing. But nothing was really sticking. And I was wondering why. Maybe I just have to like stick to it and later on it'll get better. But for whatever reason, I always ended up quitting on it and went to the next thing. And that's when I realized that I need to do something that I actually really enjoy and stop thinking about what's gonna get me paid. I also got accepted for a banking advisor job at a top bank here in Canada. I had my own office, had a suit, it was great. And I remember when I started that job, which took me an extra year in university to do, I do all these other courses to get that role as well, which I completed. But I still kept the first help going. And that was the only thing that I was working on at that time. Everything else, stock trading, all that stuff, I had quit already. So, but that one thing, even though it wasn't paying me anything, I still was enjoying the process of selling it and making it and redistributing it and just having a product in hand. So it's something that I kept with me. I would even bring it to work at times. And then I remember one day, my manager said something to me, and we'll get into that next. On to the second exercise here now. We got a pair of 55-pound dumbbells and we're going to do 3 sets of dumbbell flies on an incline here. And then we'll move on to the next exercise, which probably will be just one more chest exercise. And then I'm getting onto the triceps because that's where the real fun's going to start. I remember one day in the morning, usually everybody just drinks a lot of coffees there, and my manager specifically was like 10, 12 coffees a day. And I remember bringing my dopamine. I was popping one of those pills to get me focused through the programs and courses that I was learning at work. And he just like came up to me and he's like, "What's that you're taking?" And I'm like, "Oh, dopamine, like I made it." He's like, "What do you mean you made it?" I'm like, "I made it, like I manufactured it, and it's for like mental focus and energy and mental clarity." He's like, "Really? Because I take coffees all the time. Like every day I drink 8, 10, 12 cups a day. So you think it's gonna help me?" I'm like, "Yeah." So he ends up taking 2. An hour later he comes back, he's like, "Whoa, bro, like this is the best thing ever," like hyping me, like he has so much mental focus and clarity and he doesn't need to drink coffee, so can I buy a bottle off of you? And I'm like, "For sure." And then which I always carry in my cars anyway, so I went and I grabbed the bottle for him, like 50 bucks, I gave it to him. And then he just, as he was grabbing, I remember he looked at me and he's like, "So you made this, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What are you doing here?" And I remember in that moment thinking like, damn, you are absolutely right, bro. This is like the first thing that I truly enjoy doing ever since I've been trying to do something with my life, do something different, side hustles, whatever. And one thing that isn't even really paying me, I'm still continuing it, even though I have this 50K job as a 24 or 5-year-old landed in front of me. And still I choose to do this, then this has to be something more. This isn't money driven, this is passion. I feel like that was strongly a turning point for me, because every day that I showed up to work after that just wasn't the same. All I could think about was the comment that he made of why I'm still here. Like, I have one chance. I'm 25 years old. I finished up my schooling. I got myself a job. I got myself an office, a tuxedo, and yet I'm still unhappy. It was like the worst 3.5 to 4 months of my time that I spent in the banking advisor role. And I kid you not, I just remembered every day thinking like, I need to quit, just pushing through it. The feeling was still the same, still going around and trying to sell some more of these supplements and keeping that vision and that dream a little bit alive. And then one day I remember I came back, because the other thing that helped me, another thing that I would enjoy after work is going and doing some personal training. So I was like, hey, I still wanted to be involved in like the fitness industry and help others change their lives, become a better version of themselves, improve their health and fitness, and just possibly at some point create a product that I can actually scale to many people, not just like friends and family. So I remember going back home once, and I was on YouTube and I saw this like happiness short cartoon film coming up. And I just watched the 4.5 minutes of it, of the rat just like going through the mundane motion, doing his 9 to 5, taking pills, taking drugs, drinking alcohol, just anything to keep them happy and partying. And at the end, just like fried themselves to nothing and always chasing the dollar and pretty much doing what the rest of society does until your deathbed. So I was like, okay, no, this has to change. There's always going to be a bullshit job around if I want it. There's always a safety net, but I only have one chance, which is now. I don't have a family. I don't have kids. I don't have any real expenses as well, like except just providing for myself. So let's go all in and actually see where this goes. I gave myself a year to figure this out. And then the next day when I decided that, I sent an email to the manager and I said, I listened to what you said and I'm giving you my 2-week notice. Thank you for this opportunity, but it's time that I do pursue my passions, my dream, because that's my true calling. And that brings me to the next chapter of First Health. Okay, we're on to our next exercise now. Got a pair of 35-pound dumbbells here, and we're basically gonna do flies, but more at a diagonal, so we hit the upper inner chest. So at that point, when I ended up quitting that job, my next move was, how do I build First Health? So the first thing I did was, before getting that job, I was working part-time at a supplement store. So there happened to be an opportunity where I could manage a supplement store too. So I called up the owner back then. I'm like, hey, I'm interested. Are you able to bring me back? He said, sure. And I knew that would give me more freedom. Even though it paid much less, it gave me an opportunity to control my hours a little bit, have more freedom in my time, have more freedom in my nighttime and evening time, where I can work on First Health more as well. And plus, going back to a supplement store, it still kind of was related to what I wanted to do. So I'm like, let me get into the managerial side and actually learn as much as I can about everything that has to do with distribution, manufacturing, supplements, margins, costs, marketing, team management, all of that. So for about 11 months, that was my plan, exactly what I did. I showed up to work every day, learned as much as I could, provided value to him, and at the same time collected data, collected knowledge, practiced things, kept my supplements going, kept reselling, kept reordering. And then it got to a point where I asked Iggy, my childhood friend, I was like, yo, do you want to open up a supplement store together? And he's like, let's do it. So at that point, we went in together, and then we're like, found a place near just like 15 minutes from where I live, north of Etobicoke, and it was exactly what we were looking for. There was a gym beside it. We scouted the perfect location, and we're like, all right, let's do this. So we found some money. I had some saved. I asked my dad for some. He had some saved. He had his dad for some. We took a little bit of loan out that we got approved for, and we went all into that supplement store. But we were so hyped. We're built out. Like, oh my God, dreams are actually working out. Everything's going as planned. But you know what happened? A few days before our grand opening for the store, the shutdown came in, and it changed everything for us, where I'm like, shit, I thought I was going all into my dreams and this was the first thing that was working for me, and now the shutdown happened and all these supplements are here. We haven't done any marketing and we don't have any customers. What are we gonna do? So we're on to our next exercise now. I got my skull crushers ready. Got a 90-pound easy barbell curl. I got a 90-pound easy curl barbell here. So I'll bring this all the way down and then we'll wrap this out. I feel like at this point for most of you, if something like this had happened to you where you took this huge risk to go into your dreams and you put all this financial burden on you as well, and you quit a well-paying job for your age and your parents are like, what the hell are you doing? Most of you, that would have destroyed you, man. But some of you, the ones that stuck to it, the ones that really believed in their dreams that could accomplish something, there's still something more in store. So what happened to us at that point, I'm like, okay, so this has gone to shit show. We can't do anything about it, but I've already decided to go all into my dreams and I still haven't given it my all. So at this point, either I can cry about it or we can figure out our backs against the wall, like what's another option that we can pivot to. And that's when I decided, okay, let's go online. Everything is shut down. People are on social media more than ever. People are shopping online more than ever. This is the time that we set up our clothing brand, an e-commerce brand, and then that's exactly what I did. And that led to First Health Apparel. No. Okay, that's up pretty good. So I added in a little bit more weight, but I'll try to get at least 12 to 15 more reps here and then do maybe one more set if I can, but we'll see how I feel. Role of your mindset, especially on the early days, is super important for you to go through those hurdles, those tough days when things aren't really working out as you thought they would, because it's never really a smooth sailing. So you're gonna have to figure out how to pivot constantly, and then that's exactly what we did. Moving on to our first Salt Apparel, we set up our site online. We found a community around it. I made some products. I sent it off to collaboration. We got ambassadors, and first year we ended up doing just over 350K, which was crazy, because leading up to that, I would have never imagined that all the other businesses that I tried and failed at would have failed the way it did. And then I could have quit any time during that process, but you never know. All you need is one win, and it'll get you to that point where that one W takes you to all the successes that you need. Okay, we're on to our next tricep exercise here. So I got that triangle extension, and we're gonna push a little bit heavier weight, see how much reps I can get here, and then do like 2 to 3 sets again. Rising. Then the following year we ended up almost 7 figures. The following year we ended up passing 7 figures. The following year we passed 1.8, and then we went to 2+ this year. So at this point, the lesson here is that if I would have quit at any point during this process, none of this around me, this gym, the clothing, the brand, the team, the community, hundreds of products, would have meeting all these amazing people would have never happened. So trusting the process is the biggest thing here, and you can only trust the process if your intentions to grow your dreams, your brand, yourself is through your passion and not money. As soon as you're money driven, I wish it's something that I realized earlier in the stage too, that every single thing that I did in the past was money driven. I wanted freedom that I saw on social media. I wanted the cars, I wanted the travel, I wanted the house, and that led me into doing stock trading. That led me into doing online coaching or online training. That led me into doing affiliate marketing. None of it was actually because I enjoyed it fully, and I couldn't see myself doing anything else until I got to First Health. And even though that was what I wanted to do, God tested me with another thing where this shutdown came into place. My back was against the wall, no job lined up, and I really had 0 options at that point. So I changed my mindset. I had a 0 options mentality. I still went all in. And surprise, this one actually worked out. drop the weight a little. The last tricep exercise here. Again, no extensions added. I'm just gonna grab this like that and then do a full range of motion, single arm, really squeeze out the triceps once more. Then finish off with side lateral raises and then we're done. To close this topic off, I'm gonna go into how you guys would be in this position, and a lot of you maybe want to start on your own dreams and passions, but maybe haven't taken that leap of faith yet. So this should be a reminder that it actually is possible, but it's not going to be an easy process. So if this is what you want to do, first of all, you do have to commit to the right thing, that whatever that you are doing is driven by passion and not money, first of all. And don't lie to yourself either. If you're money driven, I guarantee you it's not going to work out for you. As soon as you switch that and become passion driven and you can actually do this for free, you're good. So once you are in a position where you know like what your passion is, and let's say maybe you're in like a part-time job or a full-time job or school, and you're like, should I drop out? Should I stay in this 9 to 5? Should I take this job or whatever? No, if this is something that you want to do for the rest of your life, and it's something that just sits in you, it drives you every day, you can't stop thinking about it, it's a fire burning inside you, then you do have to take that. Because maybe you're 18, maybe you're 25, maybe you're 30, and maybe you're in a position where you don't have as many responsibilities and bills and all that. So what are you waiting for? You know, I would suggest to go all in and actually give it one solid shot, one solid chance. You owe it to yourself to test out what you really want to do in life and see if you'll succeed. Because can you imagine that if you did try and it worked out? But most of you are not going to try hard enough, and that's the problem. It might take you years on years and years to actually do that thing and see that one win that's going to set you for the rest of your career and that passion you want to do. So I recommend just trusting the process here, because it actually can work out. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna do one more set here and close off the topic of how I quit my $50,000 banking job after I realized this, which was that I should always chase my passion over money. You don't want to live a mundane life, especially if you have this drive in you to do something more than just a regular job. And if that's what you want to do, that's completely okay too, because most of the world isn't doing a 9 to 5. And if you're satisfied and you're happy and you have a family and you have other things that you enjoy doing and you get to take your travel time, vacation time, all that, you're good. But this is for the ones that do have that inner drive to be an entrepreneur, to start their own business, to do something different from the rest. This video is a motivator to do something different, to step outside of your comfort zone and try that thing that you want to do. That pretty much completes our workout here. We did a nice push day. We got a chest pump going on. We have a little bit of shoulder pump going on, and our triceps are pumped as well. So that's about it. I'm gonna leave the video off on that. But please, one last time, if you do have the inner drive that you want to do something different in life, then let this be the video that makes you either quit your job or take action in that thing that you want to do. and just go for it, because it might not work out the first time or the third time or the fifth time, but with consistency and constantly chipping and chipping, it is going to end up working out. But it'll only work out if it's passion driven, because that's the only thing that will last, not money, not anything else. So with that being said, I'm gonna close off this vlog. See you guys in a couple days. Peace.